So sometime after Jesus was born, quote unquote, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem looking for the king of the Jews so they could worship him. So let's take that apart a little bit. The Greek word that is often translated as wise men is magos. It describes a magi, a magian, or a magician. Now, back in the book of Daniel, these were the counselors of the kings that were not able to interpret his dreams, so the king sought out Daniel and his friends. These magi gave counsel according to the stars, according to divination, through what was once called Eastern or even Oriental science. The wise men weren't kings like the song says that they were. And they honestly weren't even wise men. They were astrologers who consulted the stars to learn the future so they could counsel the kings. That makes us a little uncomfortable, right? Right? That messes with us a little bit. That makes us struggle because we have been so careful with certain things, and now those certain things are actually right in front of us in the scripture, and we would way rather believe our tradition than deal with the truth. I think they're supposed to make us uncomfortable. See, we're not supposed to consult the stars. We're supposed to seek God, but here at Jesus' birth, astrologers come from Persia or Babylon, which in our modern day vernacular would be Iraq or Iran, being led by the stars. What are we to make of this? So I think we wrestle with that too much. So let's ask this instead. What does this tell us about God? Rather than what do we make of this, what does this tell us about God? What does this tell us about Jesus? How many people have met Jesus in places they should have never been? Most of us, right? How many people have found Jesus or been found by Jesus in places where most of us would say, Jesus can't find you there? Right? I remember when I was growing up being told I couldn't go to the movies because if the rapture happened, there's no way God would take you from the theater. We have created our own fences around the truth of the scripture because we are afraid of getting it wrong rather than seeing just how big God actually is. How many of us have heard God when we weren't listening? How many of us have been shown mercy when we never asked for it? How many of us have had God intervene in our lives when we weren't even looking for his help? We talk about this often, but it needs to be repeated until it's remembered. We don't come to God, God comes to us.